Welcome everyone to another episode of Universe Mode. This is our last show before Survivor Series, which is a brand rivalry, Raw versus SmackDown, this Sunday Survivor Series. And we still got one more spot left to find for Team Smackdown on the women's side. We'll find that tonight, all live from Syracuse, New York. And we got one spot left on Team Smackdown on the women's side, and GM Kurt Angle is putting up the challenge to two veterans of our sport. Out first is Mickie James, and her opponent tonight will be Natalya. Kurt Angle says he wants some more veteran presence on Team Smackdown, and what better way than to have a battle between Mickie James and Natalya, two of the most, I'd say, decorated and accomplished female wrestlers, and two veterans. They've been around for a long time. Plenty of experience between the two of these women. And Natalya goes in right away and hits Mickie with a vertical suplex. Both of these women competed in a lot of different kinds of match types. I can't remember for sure if Mickie James has competed in a Survivor Series tag match before in the past, but I'm almost certain Natalya has. Either way, either woman would be a great addition for Team SmackDown, you'd have to think, with their experience. And even though they won't be the team captain, providing some kind of veteran leadership is always good in sports. And Natalya comes up empty and gonna hit Mickie James with a German suplex, about suplexed her out of the ring. You have to wonder how many more years these two have left in them, and you have to wonder how many more opportunities they're going to have to make a roster, like make a Survivor Series roster, that is. And Natalya with a nice suplex, showing off her strength, a little one-handed action, and some disrespect there to Mickie James. Both these women were around back when it was known as the Divas division. I think both actually held the Divas title. But both can still get it done. We already know Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Ember Moon are all on the roster for SmackDown. So one of these ladies here will be joining them. Well, Natalya went for something there. Mickie James was not having it. Now Mickie going up top, some high risk, and hits a splash. Mickie James getting her away from the ropes, going to go in for a cover, and gets a one count. Natalya gets out. Not the most energetic kick out in the world. You can tell she's reeling from that splash. Natalya with a drop kick to the back. Oh, she went for a spinning forearm. Mickie James is going to capitalize on it. Oh, basically like a neck breaker. And again, in for a cover. But Natalya kicks out right away. You can see Mickie James trying to do anything she can to try to end this as early as possible. She doesn't want to let Natalya get any chances to breathe, so to speak. It looks like Natalya is having the same approach. Just staying on their opponents and making them exert more energy by kicking out. Oh, now they're trading chops. Oh, and a vicious slam there. Mickie James slamming Natalya's face off the mat. Ooh, Natalya with some great reaction time. And misses with that clothesline attempt. Oh, and eats a kick instead. Natalya is out, I think. One. And only a 1 count. It looked like she was out, but she barely gets a shoulder up. Mickie James looking a little frustrated. That was a loud thud. And Mickie James with a drop kick. But now Natalya rolling out to the floor, creating a little distance. Good veteran strategy. Oh! And Mickie James with a great counter. And Mickie James doesn't appear to be done just yet. I think she's going to try and do a little more damage from the looks of it. Oh! And it appears she wants to do a little bit more damage to Natalya. This almost seems personal at this point. I want a drop kick to the back. Now targeting the face. Like I said, Mickie James. Vicious attack here at the moment. And where does this come from? This is like a mean side of Mickie we haven't seen in a while. Uh-oh, Natalya catches her off guard. Oh. And Mickie James with another drop kick, but Natalya kips up and eats a clothesline, discus clothesline. And a kick out of 2. Natalya looking a little frustrated. And Natalya, though, she's going to go for the sharpshooter. And Mickie James has no choice. She's got a tap. And you have to wonder what Mickie James was thinking when she essentially, she may have had the 3 count. She definitely had 2. But she raised Natalya back up and wanted to do more damage. And it was working for a moment. But Natalya ends up coming back and catching her in the sharpshooter. Natalya will be going to Survivor Series and fills out their roster on the women's side. And she'll be joining Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Ember Moon. And Mickie James has to be thinking of what could have been. And it looks like the Good Brothers have showed up here on SmackDown, and they're stomping Dash Wilder of the Revival. Scott Dawson is here to save the day. And up next, I have to question Lana's decision-making here. But Charlotte Flair, the current women's Money in the Bank holder, has requested a match. She said that she feels that she's been underutilized lately, and she wanted a match to knock some ring rust off. And GM Kurt Angle asked around backstage, and Lana was the person to step up and say that she wants to take on Charlotte Flair. So, we're going to get a match between Lana and Charlotte. And also wanted to pass along this quick note, a little news to pass along. So, at Survivor Series, in addition to all the brand versus brand matches, like the champions versus champions and the GMs versus GMs. We also will have a battle royal featuring 4 members from SmackDown, and 4 members from Raw. And the winner of that match will receive a world title opportunity for their brand at next month's pay-per-view Starrcade. So, there'll be 4 Raw superstars for SmackDown. They have not been announced yet. They want to kind of leave that to be a surprise. And the winner of this Battle Royal will get a shot at their show's world title at Starrcade. So a huge opportunity for whoever is able to win that 8-person Battle Royal at Survivor Series. That will not be counted in the brand rivalries, though, like all the other matches. So, and we'll also have the Cruiserweight Championship on the line between Brian Kendrick and Cedric Alexander. But we will be going over the full card at the end of this show, so stay tuned for that. And Charlotte Flair with some arrogance showing right now. She's really not taking Lana seriously. And that could be a mistake. Even though Charlotte Flair is one of the most decorated and impressive women in WWE history, you can never say never. And Lana struggling to get back to her feet. Charlotte Flair showing what she thinks of Lana. And what is Charlotte going for now? And it looks like she's going to wrap her legs around the post. And that figure 4 around the post. And Lana falls to the ground, clutching her knee. That's a good way to tear some ligaments. Lana getting back in. Charlotte Flair. Oh, it looked like she was going to go for something, but Lana catches her with an elbow. And Charlotte Flair now, I don't think is too happy. Drop the knee. And you have to wonder when she's going to cash that Money in the Bank briefcase in. It almost seems like she doesn't want to cash it in on Ronda Rousey for good reason, but it doesn't seem like she wants to cash it in on her as Lana lands a super kick. And look at Lana taking the fight to Charlotte. Oh, but Charlotte cuts her off. And it was fun while it lasted. Crowd not particularly happy with what they're seeing. And you gotta respect the bravery from Lana to step up here and answer this challenge when GM Kurt Angle was asking everyone around backstage. A lot of people didn't really want to take the challenge because they're in key matches this weekend at Survivor Series. So some of them really didn't want to risk getting themselves too banged up or anything like that ahead of their pay-per-view match. But Lana, not booked for anything, said, screw it, I got nothing to lose. Let's go. And Charlotte Flair being very arrogant tonight. Lana struggling to get back to her feet. Oh, and a huge boot. Lana looks a little dazed after that one. And Charlotte catches her with natural selection. And now in for the cover. And 3. Charlotte picks up the win over Lana. Lana got in a few good shots, but in the end, Charlotte was just too much. That big boot right there. Yeah, Charlotte Flair, she requested a match tonight, and she got exactly what she wanted. Dominating performance. Letting everyone know why she is the queen. And up next is a match that's been agreed upon by the leaders of each faction. So Adam Cole and Brodie Lee have both agreed on this match after the Undisputed Era has been attacking Brodie's stable. And Brodie had that attack on SmackDown the other week against Adam Cole and then challenged him to a match. Told him to pick the place and the time, and Adam Cole did. He chose for tonight on SmackDown, and we're getting a tag match. Standard tag, not a six-man tag. Adam Cole and Brodie Lee will just be at ringside tonight. They will not be part of this tag match. I want to make sure that they're ready to go for Sunday's pay-per-view. Don't want anybody getting injured before they're supposed to face off. Obviously, it's champion versus champion and everything for the Battle of the Brands this weekend. Don't want either guy getting hurt or anything like that before the pay-per-view. And up next is Brodie's group. If you remember, he picked up Eric Young, well, I should say recruited Eric Young and Shane Thorne when he was looking at expanding his group. And I think they're making their way to the ring. Here they are. Brodie leading his group. And they are calling themselves the Lee family. I think a play off of the Wyatt family, which we all know Brodie Lee was part of, led by Bray Wyatt, his little cult. And this is Brodie's cult. Looks like Eric Young and Roderick Strong are going to start for their team. And Eric Young goes in right away for a sharpshooter. Roderick Strong able to roll out of that. And that was a little crazy to see a sharpshooter right at the start of this match. And Eric Young immediately with a waist lock and takes Roderick Strong down. And tosses him around. But Roderick Strong fights back with a kick to the leg. And you have to think these guys want to step up and prove themselves in front of Brodie Lee. I don't think they want to disappoint him. He does not seem like a man who takes kindly to failure. And now Roderick rubbing Eric Young's face across the rope. Even with a mask on, I'm sure it still hurts. Oh, backbreaker. Adam Cole approves of that. You have to wonder, will Adam Cole or Brodie Lee get involved for their respective teams at any point in this match? Obviously, they're just managers tonight, but they really want to win bad enough. You never know. A good reversal by Eric Young. And he's going to send Roderick Strong into their corner. Eric Young raining down punches on Roderick. But Roderick fights back to his feet. Eric ducks it, kick to the midsection. And a Luthez press. Brodie Lee approving of that. Roderick Strong trying to create a little bit of separation. And it looks like both men are going to go for a tag. Well, only one man. I thought Eric Young was going to go for one as well, but he didn't. So Kyle O'Reilly checks in for the first time. Roderick Strong going to take a little bit of a breather. A nice vertical suplex. Undisputed Era has been impressive, especially over on WWE After Dark, our Twitch exclusive. Kyle O'Reilly with a series of strikes. And O'Reilly seems to let them get the tag. He wants Shane Thorne to check in, and he's going to hit him with a clothesline right away. Brodie shouting words of encouragement at his guy. Oh, and Shane Thorne just gets dropped on his head and neck. Kyle O'Reilly checking in now. Normally works with Bobby Fish, who's still out, if you remember, with an injury suffered at the hands of the tag team champions, the Revival, who injured his knee, and he's out for the foreseeable future. Kyle O'Reilly down to one knee, but fighting back. Shots to the midsection. And a nice suplex. Brodie Lee looking a little frustrated right now. Good reversal, though, from Shane Thorne. Oh, and a good shot, knocking Roderick off the apron. Trying to turn this into a handicap match. A good strategy. Kyle O'Reilly, though, I think he knew what was coming, and he was trying to make sure the same didn't happen to him, but Shane Thorne with a good possum play. It looked like Kyle O'Reilly was going to try to return the favor and knock Eric Young off the apron, but Shane Thorne with a nice counter, but couldn't save Eric that time. Oh, a nice suplex. And a brain buster for Shane Thorne. Gonna send Thorne into the corner. And it looked like he was going to go for something there in the corner. Shane Thorne was not having it. Oh, and a good reversal. It looked like Roderick was trying to grab at Shane Thorne, came up unsuccessful. And Roderick Strong going to tag himself in. Shane Thorne rubbing his hands together like he was ready for him. And nice drop kick there from Roderick. But Shane Thorne catches him into a pin. Tried to catch him off guard and steal one. Roderick Strong kicks out before the referee could really even get a count there. He's going to send Roderick into the corner. And a nice drop toe hold. Got Roderick tangled up in the ropes, and he eats a nice kick to the side of the head. Eric Young going to tag back in. Roderick Strong looking a little dazed after that kick. Oh, another backbreaker. Eric Young. Oh, now Eric busted open. And it looked like Roderick was trying to go for a little revenge on Shane Thorne. Shane reversed that. And couldn't reverse it a second time, though. And Eric Young with a good reversal. Both men kind of trading reversals at the moment. Who's going to get the upper hand? Right now, looks like Eric Young's got it. Roderick trying to get back to his feet, but Eric Young not letting him. These are the two men that started the match. And a vertical suplex. Now Eric Young dragging him more to the center of the ring. And I'm not sure what he was doing. Wasted a lot of time. And another backbreaker. Uh-oh. Roderick Strong sent out to the apron. I'm not sure what Eric Young was doing there. It's kind of weird. And Eric Young, nice forearm shot. And a kick to the chest. And Roderick Strong with a nice counter. Drop kick takes Eric Young down. He's going to tag Kyle O'Reilly in. Ooh. And O'Reilly looked like he was trying to work the arm. Eric Young was not having it. Kyle O'Reilly came to fight. Just attacking Eric Young at the moment. And now he's going to set him up. Brain Buster. And once again, Shane Thorne able to cut him off. But can't do it a second time. O'Reilly telling Eric Young to get up. And it's got him in that choke. And Eric Young doing a great job of fighting out of it. Somehow Eric Young able to fight off. I don't know if he could fight off a second one, though. Kick to the base. And now a German suplex to Kyle O'Reilly. Trying to shift the momentum. The Undisputed Era all rolling out to the floor, kind of regathering their game plan. It looked like he was trying to take a cheap shot there on Brodie Lee. Eric Young over there to get in Brodie Lee's defense. And he will get involved. He's going to take a cheap shot at Brodie Lee. Vertical suplex. And you have to think that was done on purpose. Now putting the boots to him. I'm sure Adam Cole gave him some orders to do that. And Roderick Strong looking unable to get back in at the moment. And once again, Eric Young not having it. Oh, a good reversal there. O'Reilly once again fighting out of it. Now going to send him over to the apron. Looks like Adam Cole is about to get involved. Remember, his qualification is on. Now Eric Young with a reversal. And not sure what's happening now. And oh, good fake from Eric Young. He just made Kyle O'Reilly dive to the floor there, and O'Reilly, no one was home. Luckily, he didn't have too hard of a landing there. Roderick Strong back in. Eric Young has definitely spent the most time in this match. Roderick Strong making him pay. Oh! And every time they go for a cheap shot on Shane Thorne, it doesn't seem to work out. They usually have to take him a second try. Shane Thorne outsmarting him there. Roderick now trying to go for his finishing move and hits it. And Shane Thorne able to get in there. Kyle O'Reilly tried to cut him off. Did not quite work out. What a great move. Almost like an Olympic slam there from Eric Young. And Kyle O'Reilly is refusing to leave the ring. I don't know why the referee is not counting him in. What's Eric Young going for here? Oh! Like a wheelbarrow into a neck breaker. And Kyle O'Reilly there to break it up and hits him with a suplex. Okay, ref, keep counting. And referee only at 1. That was the longest 2 count I think I've ever seen. These guys are just targeting the back right now of Eric Young. Now Kyle O'Reilly back into the match. Roderick Strong kind of got bailed out there by Kyle O'Reilly bending the rules. Referee not doing his job tonight. Undisputed Era kind of getting away with some shenanigans here. And that's usually what they do. They bend the rules as far as they can go. Yeah, I thought at first he was going to go for a bear hug, but Kyle O'Reilly reversed whatever that was supposed to be. Oh, and a super kick. Just floors Kyle O'Reilly. And Eric Young makes a tag. Shane Thorne getting back in. And a huge clothesline for the cover. And Roderick Strong there to break it up. Great teamwork by the Undisputed Era in this match. And a brain buster. Now Shane Thorne going to send Kyle O'Reilly over to the apron. Oh, and another reversal. Oh, went for a chop block. And O'Reilly going in for that choke. And no choice but to tap. Shane Thorne gives up as Roderick Strong played interference, getting in Eric Young's way. The Undisputed Era picks up the win over the Lee family. And I have a feeling this rivalry is far from over. Adam Cole's stable gets the win here tonight. But the real battle, Sunday night, Adam Cole versus Brodie Lee, champion versus champion at Survivor Series. Find out who wins in that battle. But tonight here on SmackDown, the Undisputed Era stands tall, saying that this is their house. Drew McIntyre making his way for the face-to-face with Andrade, but Andrade hits him from behind with the belt. And we were supposed to have a face-to-face tonight between the two world champions. And so much for that. Drew McIntyre doing his best to fight back. We got a referee out here trying to get some kind of order restored, but I don't think you're going to get any order restored between these two. And Drew McIntyre just picking him up now. You're supposed to have a face-to-face between these two, but that didn't end up happening. And a huge power bomb from Drew. And Andrade gonna bail. And Andrade heading backstage now. It looks like Drew telling him to get back in here. Andrade wants no part of it. Andrade got his cheap shot in ahead of their face-to-face standoff, and shaking his finger saying, no, not today. Alright, so let's go over the card for Survivor Series. I'll go over the full card right now. And obviously the headline match, champion versus champion, Drew McIntyre versus Andrade. Obviously the theme for Survivor Series is brand versus brand, Raw versus SmackDown. And there's a lot at stake this year at Survivor Series. You always complain, there's nothing on the line for Survivor Series for the winning team or losing team, and now there is. Winning team gets the number 30, or winning brand gets the 30th entrance in the Royal Rumble for both the men's and women's matches. So, a lot on the line here, and you're going to want to win for your team. I think you're going to have to put some of those differences aside in the tag team matches. Try to do what you can to get that number 30 entrant in the Royal Rumble. But anyway, the matches are as follows. Drew McIntyre will face Andrade. Both world champions will be going toe-to-toe. Remember, they have quite a bit of history. Not only the attacks tonight, where Andrade cheap shot him in what was supposed to be their face-to-face segment, but we also, if you remember years ago in NXT, when Andrade took the title from Drew got injured and missed quite a bit of time after that. So, quite a bit of history between those two. And speaking of history, another big match, Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey, one-on-one. Match we were supposed to get a few years ago at Survivor Series, but Nia Jax kind of ruined that. But Becky Lynch takes on Ronda Rousey, both champions. That should be a good match, highly anticipated. We also see Brodie Lee versus Adam Cole. Adam Cole has taken some cheap shots at Brodie Lee over the weeks, and Brodie Lee responded with a shot with the kendo stick. And Adam Cole and Undisputed Era's team, they picked up the win tonight here on SmackDown, but you have to think Brodie Lee's got a little more in the tank for Survivor Series and the one-on-one matchup. We also have the Good Brothers versus the Revival, tag team champions from each brand. Good Brothers with their cheap shot on Dash Wilder. We'll have to see if that has any impact on their match this Sunday as well. And then we have Shane McMahon versus Kurt Angle in a no disqualification match. This is GM versus GM. And it's being a no disqualification match because Shane gets to pick the stipulation after allowing Zelina to accompany Andrade to the ring. He said that was only fair. And we have Team Raw versus Team Smackdown for the women's side. So, Team Raw consists of Captain Nia Jax, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Toni Storm. And they'll be going up against Team Smackdown, which their captain is Asuka, and her former partner, now enemy, Kairi Sane, Natalya, and Ember Moon. And then the men's Survivor Series elimination match, tag match, Team Raw versus Team Smackdown. Team Raw consisting of Captain Seth Rollins. You got Randy Orton, who's experienced in these matches, been the sole survivor plenty of times. Ricochet, and the returning Buddy Murphy. And yes, he is cleared, despite what Seth Rollins said. And they're taking on Team SmackDown, which consists of Captain Rey Mysterio, Brock Lesnar, which was a surprise announcement last week. And Brock definitely, I think, going to be a difference maker for Team SmackDown. And you also got Keith Lee, former Intercontinental Champion, and Shinsuke Nakamura rounds out Team SmackDown's roster. And then we also have and that concludes our stuff that counts for who wins Survivor Series, who wins between the two brands. Those 7 matches. Got to have a nice odd number just in case it goes to 7. But you need to be able to break that tie. But then we have a Battle Royal. This features people from both brands. And this is an 8-man Battle Royal. And the winner receives a world title match for their show main title at Starrcade, which is next month's pay-per-view. We got 4 people from Raw, 4 from SmackDown. All the participants are going to be left up as a surprise, so you'll have to tune in to Survivor Series to see who the 8 men that will be going for that that title opportunity. So if a SmackDown superstar wins, they'll get the challenge for the WWE Championship at Starrcade, and if a Raw superstar wins, they'll get to go for the Universal title at Starrcade. And then we also have the Women's Tag Team Championships on the line. The Riot Squad, which is Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan, versus the Golden Role Models, which is Bayley and Sasha Banks. And that'll be for the Women's Tag Team titles. And then Brian Kendrick versus Cedric Alexander for the Cruiserweight Championship once again. So, got a pretty good card on paper. Let's hope it all lives up. And let me know in the comments what matches you guys are excited for. I think I'm really excited for the Becky versus Ronda match and the Drew versus Andrade, the 2 main champions from each show. I feel like that should be entertaining. But the Survivor Series elimination tag matches I think look good as well. But let me know what matches you guys are looking forward to. And as always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I hope you enjoy, and hope to see you guys at the Survivor Series pay-per-view. Thanks for watching.